Good morning. This is Michael with Mornings with Michael. Happy Friday to everybody. It's the end of the week. It's the end of our time here in Cabo as well. We got a tropical storm coming in. Mornings with Michael is brought to you for informational and educational purposes only. Without further ado, let's get to the news. China's factory activity in June contracted for a third month as official manufacturing purchasing managers index PMI came in at 49 in June compared to 48.8 in May and 49.2 in April, according to the data of the National Bureau of Statistics released on Friday. Anything below 50 is considered contracting. And sector news breakdown: consumer, Nike and KE, fourth quarter EPS 66 cents versus estimate of 67 cents. Their direct sales of 5.5 billion, up 15%. Fourth quarter gross margins 43.6 versus 45% year over year. Tesla is expected to report record quarter two vehicle deliveries this weekend. Expectations are for global deliveries of 445,000 vehicles from April to June, according to the average estimates of 9 analysts by Refinitiv. XPEV launches and prices its G6 SUV model at 209,900 won, or $28,944.54 per unit in mainland China. The G6 priced 20% below Tesla's Model Y, starting price of 263,900 won, or $36,390.97. G6 receives 25,000 orders in 72-hour pre-sale window, according to the South China Morning Post. Energy, Industrials, and Materials, ENVX, announced the appointment of Farhan Ahmad as Chief Financial Officer, replacing Stefan Pitsky, who's stepping down effective July 9th. Spirit Aero Systems Holdings, SPR, workers approved a new labor contract ending a 6-day strike that threatened to disrupt output at plane makers Boeing, BA, and Airbus, SE, PA, DSY. Association of Machinists, and then I accidentally shut down my report. We'll get back here. Workers voted to ratify a 4-year contract with the aerospace company. Financials: Root, ROOT, shares down 20%, said in statement, and its board of directors has always considered and evaluated and will continue to consider and evaluate any bona fide proposal or opportunity to enhance shareholder value in accordance with fiduciary duties. Currently, Root is not in receipt of any proposal that is either actionable or in the best interest of Root shareholders. There was a rumor last week that when Root was trading hand over fist, that an acquisition was coming. So this is why Root is down today. Bank of America, BAC, is facing $100 billion in paper losses in bond markets. These losses are reportedly due to interest rate increases, the same reason that SIVB and FRC collapsed, according to the Financial Times. Fed discount window loans at $3.21 billion in the week ended June 28th, after $3.2 billion. Fed bank term funding loans are $103.1 billion in a week ended June 28th, after $102.7 billion. BGC Partners, BGCP, reaffirmed previously stated outlook ranges for revenue and pre-tax adjusted earnings for quarter two. Healthcare: Accolade, AECCD, quarter one EPS loss 52 cents versus estimated loss of 62 cents. Arunia, AUPH, Board of Directors announces exploration Strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Black Diamond Therapeutics, BDTX, 15 million share secondary priced at $5. Calathera Biosciences, CALA, said it was unable to reach a quorum of stockholders at its special meeting to approve its plan to complete liquidation and dissolution. PTC Therapeutics, PTCT, announced that the MIT-E trial of vatiquinone for the treatment of mitochondrial disease-associated seizures, MDAS, failed to achieve its primary endpoint of reduction of observable motor seizures. Renalytix PLC, RNLX, shares rose after saying the FDA granted marketing authorizations to its AI-based test to assess risk of progressive decline in kidney function in adults with diabetes and early stage kidney disease. Finally, into technology, media, and telecom. Adobe Systems, ADBE, $20 billion plan purchase of Figma could reduce innovation, the UK Competition and Market Authority said Friday. The regulator said that Figma has established a substantial share of market for screen design software and that Adobe has been continuously investing in and competing in the segment. Progress Software, PRGS, Q2 EPS $1.06 versus estimate of 90 cents. Quarterly 2 revenues, 178.3 million versus estimate 169.78 million. Smart Global Holdings, SGH, Q3 adjusted EPS 66 cents versus estimate of 40 cents. Q3 revenues fell 17.1% year over year, 383 million versus estimate 375.5 million. And that's our news for today. So let's share our screen. First, let's look at our heat map. So all of these issues right in here were down yesterday. They're up today. Microsoft leading the charge, and Microsoft and Oracle leading the charge in technology. We heard Adobe was in the news. It's up today. NVIDIA is up 3.74%. Google, Facebook, Meta are up. Netflix is up. Amazon is up in consumer cyclical, along with Tesla. Consumer defensive, Walmart is up. We got financial is up. Number of issues are trending today in the S&P 500, so that is good. So we'll stop the share here. We'll go to my favorite screen here. This is just to show that most people should be in an annuity or something similar to an annuity. Life insurance index universal life insurance is very similar, as your values do not drop when the market drops. This is why the average indices fail to beat an annuity's average annual growth. And on another factor, state of California and 2 other states will be mandating long-term care coverage. And with index universal life insurance, you can get long-term care coverage through that. For more information, feel free to get in contact with me. That's it for this screen. Let's go take a look at our charts. Since we did not look at any ETFs yesterday, let's start out there. As long as our system will let us change. Financials. Up above the 200-day moving average, that's good. Energy. Energy is bouncing above the 50-day. Look like we have a double bottom right here. This is possibly a handle. So we'll have to continue to watch that. Oil prices trying to bounce back a little bit. Tidewater, one of the leading issues, bouncing into the buy zone. Buy volume has been good. One sell volume day, which looks like we had more people buying back. So it kind of camouflages that screen for today. Let's take a look at real estate. Above its 200-day moving average. Our home builders, which are leading the market, continue to shine. Look like we have a 3-day shelf here. Not sure you can really trade on that, but this is the volume. Volume's pretty strong. Biotech is up slightly today. The lower performing biotech is up as well. Metals tried to bounce back, and pulling back a little bit right now. Building materials is up. Take a look at software. Software is bouncing up. Technology is gapping up. Looks like we have a little consolidation pattern here after we got above this. It's above its 10-day moving average. The 50-day moving average has been able to catch up a little bit now. Let's take a look at our dollar. Dollar is pulling back after gapping up yesterday. It looks like it's filled the gap. Silver is bouncing off of this, the dollar retreat, bouncing off the 200-day moving average. Gold as well. Take a look at copper, bouncing as well. Interesting, the small Canadian copper is pulling back to its 20-day moving average. Another copper mining issue are seem to be doing okay. Look at our bond yields. Our bond yields, like the dollar, are pulling back pretty strong, although hasn't got to the halfway mark from where it bounced yesterday. And our 20-year pulling back, filling the gap. Often say 80% of gaps fill and then return to the trend. So like look at our 1 to 3 year pulling back is I guess it's not really pulling back, it's remaining stable with the yields. Yeah, if you look closely, you can see a little blue there. So it is, so the yields must be pulling back as this is the bond price. Take a look at our VIX. Pull this down so we can actually see it. Pulling back, it's, although it is in a pretty tight range. So we'll have to continue to watch that. S&P 500 gapping up today. Up a little over 1%. Our NASDAQ is gapping up as well. We had a little bit of a consolidation, letting our indexes catch up a little bit, which is what we were looking for. Dow Jones gapping up, even though it is on the bottom of its gap up. And our small caps doing about the same as the Dow Jones. Not quite a gap up, but it is higher this morning. Take a look at what's leading the market, where the big money is flowing today. Female Bay Therapeutics up 40%. EPS in 41 days. Must be some drug news going on there. Vertex, big drug maker, up 2.3%. Had a big sell-off here. It's trying to recover. Bausch and Lomb was up a lot more earlier, is sold off, but this is kind of a bearish close if it remains in this area. JOBY, third day in a row. Had a little bearish move yesterday, and this is quite bullish today, up another 8.4%, 40% up here. Look at this volume, it's just gigantic. Stircore International up 4.6%. Xpeng, the Chinese automaker, was in the news, gapping up a little over 9.7%. SGH also in the news in tech. Manufactures specialty solutions for computing memory, gapped up 6%. And it's on the bottom of its gap up, which is pretty bearish, but or this bearish and a bullish move. 24% decline in earnings. It was a 64% earnings surprise. So we'll have to wait till Monday to see 1 or 2 more days before we can really decide on where that's going. Oculus Holding up 5%. Take a look at a couple of issues that have been moving in the market. Stream Networks continues to move higher. I'm going to take a look at my handy little device here so we can got Progress Software up 7%, gapping up, huge move. Earnings came in at 2%. This was a 26 earnings surprise. The Norwegian software company continues to trend in the market. A big sell-off, but 2, 3, 4 days up in a row and pretty strong volume. Noble, the oil field in Europe, like it's trying to break out of a consolidation here, and we got a double bottom here. Broke above the middle of the W, which is positive. AEHR looks like it's trying to break out of consolidation as well. In software, we got Oracle gapping up 2.6% today. FTAI Aviation, maybe they're doing something with JOBY. Could possibly be. Haven't gotten to above average volume, but this price movement, pretty amazing. Just get my screen to stay on. Next tracker in the solar area was up big yesterday and continues strong today And the leader of this full breakout, super microcomputer, continues up strong. It was up yesterday, sold off. Now it's up again today. So we'll have to continue to watch that. And then last one on the positive side we're going to look at is GBX. Greenbrier supplies transportation. We had a huge move yesterday on 999% increase in earnings and up 71% earnings surprise. That'll get you moving in the morning. So we had Nike in the news. Nike is selling off right now, gapping down. And it's in the middle of its range, trying to fight back, down 2.24%. Its earnings came at a negative 27%. This was a negative earnings surprise of 2.57%. MicroStrategy, which is big into Bitcoin, is down about 1.1%. Take a look at Bitcoin. We didn't look at them earlier. Down 2.3%, and Ethereum down about 1.4%. Another issue in crypto, coin is down 2.4% today. True Companion medical insurance for cats and dogs is off 5.32%. Constellation Brands is down quite a bit earlier, but it is fighting back. I guess some people have stepped up to the bar, they say. Earnings came in at 9% up. It was our earnings surprise of 59%. Worthington Industries selling off a little bit, but it had a huge move yesterday, so we can somewhat write that off. Axsome Therapeutics gap down and is continuing to sell off. NetEase, China issue, interactive online gaming, pretty tight range, so another one that can be relatively ignored at the moment. And Insulet develops wireless handheld insulin infusion, is selling off 3.24%. Tried to get up to its 50-day moving average and has just been selling off ever since then. So that's our report for today. This has been Mornings with Michael for informational, educational purposes only. If you have a personal finance question, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on YouTube or on Facebook. And that's our report today. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Welcome to the weekend. You can reflect on the successes you made this week. Continue working on your goals and your activities, and keep astounding yourself and all of your friends around you. We hope you have a great weekend.